Well, hello, y'all. Just thought I would pop in. I know it's a Sunday. I don't usually do Facebook Lives on Sunday, but I've got my makeup on, I've got my lipstick on. I had to come on, right? I usually keep it pretty low key on a Sunday, no makeup, so I'm not going live without my lipstick or my makeup on. Anyway, my name is Chrissy Blevio. I'm a busy mom and an entrepreneur, and it's a beautiful 86 degrees in Bradenton, Florida today, here on the Gulf Coast of Florida. And I just wanted to talk briefly. Actually, I just wanted to let you know what I'm doing. Not because you really care what I'm doing. But I just wanted to talk about it because I've noticed on Facebook over the last few days, unfortunately, a lot of my Facebook friends are going through really rough times right now. They have people they love in the hospital. I've seen some children that are, suffering, that are having a hard time, and, God bless the parents. And I've seen some other people. I was just, one of my Facebook friends, Jennifer, has her mom in the hospital, and she's worried about losing her mom. And, my prayers, I've said prayers for all of them. My prayers go out to them. But I wanted to talk about if you know somebody who's going through a bad time through grief, because it just so happens that I am on my way to a friend's house who, I'm trying to see who's on here. Hi, Kim. Hi, Karina. A friend of ours, a friend of my family, actually. It's a friend of my mom's. She's older than me, but I've known her since I was like 16 on Cape Cod. Her and her husband played tennis with my mother, who was she played tennis 2 or 3 times a day for a couple of years. She was going through a rough time herself. My parents got divorced, and that's how she dealt with it. But she met wonderful people, and these two people, this couple, were wonderful friends, wonderful to my family, and really wonderful to my little brother, who I lost when I was 27 in a horrible accident. He spent 6 weeks paralyzed with internal injuries in Mass General Hospital. So, I've experienced grief. My family's experienced grief and everything that goes with it. And we have all come through on the other side of that. So I'm going to visit my friend today. I was saying that, right? Because she just lost her husband. And he was especially wonderful to my little brother. He would actually babysit him. And they would eat pizza. They'd eat all sorts of junk food and watch wrestling. And my little brother would have a ball with him. But he was so good and kind to him. And he got sick, and in 3 weeks was gone. It just took everybody by surprise. And his, of course, his wife, it's a devastating loss. He was her whole world, and a wonderful person, a big person in every way. I mean, he just had a huge personality. So anyway, I'm going to see her. I haven't seen her since he passed. And I was thinking of picking up flowers, but you know what? Flowers die. And, not that you're wrong if you pick up flowers, but, if you've been through a grief, you think of things differently. And I remember for a while, the smell of flowers actually made me very sick. It just nauseated me, just brought everything back. But I know that when you're going through grief, you really, really have to take care of yourself. You have to really put yourself at the top of your list and kind of coddle yourself or pamper yourself. I'm trying to think of the word. Really take care of yourself while you're grieving. You have to know that you're going through a very bad time, and take extra good care of yourself while you're going through that good time. So instead of picking her up flowers, I stopped at Bell's. I love Bell's. Bell's and Dillard's are my favorite stores down here in the South. And I picked her up. I think this is so pretty too. I don't know if you can see it. Picked her up some body lotion, bath gel, and what is that? I don't know. But, I got her a set of all sorts of great smelling things, because she really needs to pamper herself. She really needs to, soak in a tub full of bubbles that smell good, or lather up in a really good smelling body lotion maybe before she goes to bed, and just kind of comfort herself. So that's what I bought for her. And to me, if you're dealing with a woman, those are the kind of things they can pamper themselves with, something that might help soothe them. And I was thinking of men, and the only thing I could come up with men was food. And let's face it, I mean, even with my son, when I pamper my son, it's with food. And so if you know a guy who's going through a hard time, make him something real special. Or, you can go to the Publix deli and make him up a fried chicken and macaroni and cheese and all that stuff the guys like. When you're going through grief, it's not time to be watching your weight. It's not time to start a healthy regime, you know what I'm saying? But Anyway, that's just my take on, if you have some grieving friends, they really need to take care of themselves. And if they're not, be a friend and make sure they do. Make sure that they are taking good care of themselves and doing only what they want to do, not putting themselves in situations where, they're going to be, that's going to make them uncomfortable. Lots of times they just want to stay home and cry. And I stayed home for months after my brother passed. I didn't want to do anything, and that was my right. And, I had to go through that to get out on the other side. The good news is, if you take care of yourself and you take the time to grieve, you will come out on the other side and you will find joy and you will be happy again. You don't ever forget. And sometimes you think about it, it makes you sad, but you will find joy in life again. So that's my little message today. If you have any friends, I hope you're not going through anything, but if you are, God bless you. And, please know that you will be okay and to take care of yourself. And if you have a friend going through something, make sure that they understand they really need to nurture themselves right now. And think of that when you're maybe, going to see them and you're bringing them a little something. Maybe, especially if it's a girl. To me, there's nothing better than really great smelling body lotion. Maybe something with a lavender or something in it that will help them relax. That would be a good idea too. Anyway, I just thought I'd pop in and say hello. I hope you're all having a fantastic Sunday. It's a beautiful day here. I'm sure it's a beautiful day where you are. And if it's not, cuddle up inside and relax. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody. All right, I did something wrong.